Welcome to the Ecommerce Alley podcast, where we believe that great brands are built on passionate leadership, smart operations, and of course, powerful marketing. I am your host, Josh Coffy, and today we have a very special guest, the woman, the myth, the legend, Maja. Now, Maja is my business partner, and we have known each other for many, many moons at this point, and she basically runs the business over here. I'm just the good looks in comedy. But today we're gonna be talking about the second pillar of the marketing operating system, and that is funnels and communication. Maja, this is our first podcast officially together. Isn't this gonna be fun?
First one.
The very first one. Oh, man. Yeah, so Maja and I have actually known each other for a long time, and she hails all the way from the European side. Now, tell everybody, where are you from?
I am from lovely, small Montenegro, adorable place in Europe. If you ever have a chance to visit, please do. And I'm here most of the time where, well, actually, that's not true. I spent like 6 months here, 6 months in the U.S. But, yeah. It's been good.
And if you've never heard of Montenegro or never been there, absolutely beautiful. Actually, I've been to a lot of places in the United States. I haven't been a ton outside of the States. I've been to several places in Europe and in Canada, of course, down in South America a little bit. But I will say that Montenegro is probably the most beautiful place I have ever visited, because the seaside,
biased, but yes.
The seaside is just so beautiful. Maja has a place actually at the seaside. She Airbnbs just like Kelsey, my wife, and I. And so if you've never been there, you have to go there. But we're not here to talk about Montenegrin tourism. That'll be another podcast episode. Although we could probably sell it really, really well. Yeah. We should probably get paid to promote it, because I'm pretty good at that. Today we're going to be talking about, Maja and I are going to be talking about the second pillar of the marketing operating system. Now, the first pillar, if we're thinking about the marketing operating system, is your website. And there are three pillars. And we believe that in order to have a well-oiled, profitable business, you have to have a system of operation for your marketing. And so our MOS is what we call it. The marketing operating system is like a triangle. So imagine a triangle with three different tiers. And that first foundational pillar is your website, which we've already had an episode on that. So if you haven't watched that yet, go back and watch that. But your website is where you sell your products. Without a website, your business will not succeed if you're in e-commerce. You have to be able to sell your products. Now, the second level is funnels and communication. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. And so when we're talking about funnels and communication, we're talking about acquiring or growing our database of either leads who have not yet purchased something, or growing our database of customers. And the best way to do that is typically through a funnel. And so today, Maja and I are going to talk about probably one of our favorite ways to do this, and that is the funnel is going to be a giveaway campaign. And I'm just curious, like, out of all the funnels we run, I know that that's probably one of my favorite, but like, what are your thoughts on giveaway campaigns as a whole?
I absolutely love them. Like you said, one of the favorites. The second one is the free gift one, which I will not talk about quite yet. That's going to be a whole new episode on this. But giveaways are just such a powerful way to grow your list and boost your revenue. And they're fun. They're always fun to run. People love them. Generate sales. So absolutely one of my top campaigns and funnels.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too is, like, when we think of funnels, the immediate thought most people will go through is selling a product. And I think when we do that, one of the things we forget that lead generation is important, and it's not just something for business to business organizations. E-commerce brands need to be growing their email list, because email attributes to, what's the percentage of revenue email typically generates, would you say?
Oh, we've seen it go from like 40 to 70% of your email, of your revenue. And yes, absolutely. I hear a lot that, e-commerce thinks that it should only be sales. However, you really need to play the email marketing game as well, and then always have a lead gen campaign going. If nothing else, then just for the sole fact that your email list that you currently have will lose around 20 to 25% throughout the year. So you need a system to replace it, and replace it with good targeted leads.
So you're saying if I had the exact same list and I just hammered them and never grew it, eventually that list would deplete.
Very fast. Yeah, not only the people would unsubscribe because you're hammering them too hard, but also because you're not doing much to grow it, and just people lose interest.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm curious, and I'm curious. Like, if I'm a business owner and I own an e-commerce store, and I'm hearing the idea of giveaways, and I know a lot of I've heard from so many people that so much skepticism around giveaways and the quality of the leads and so forth. But overall, why do you recommend giveaway funnels as part of a marketing strategy overall?
I see it as a big win-win campaign. Like, your audience is going to love it because everybody likes a good set of free stuff. Now, I'm not just saying any free stuff. We'll talk about it in a second. But for you as a business owner, you're going to explode your email list if you do this right, and you're going to do that with targeted leads and people who are actually interested in what you have to offer, which is the biggest reason to do this. Long play, obviously, it's boosting revenue and sales, but it is a lead gen campaign that then you need to rework into sales line, I guess.
Yeah. So, like, give us the rundown. Like, if I was starting from scratch, like, and I'm looking at the marketing operating system, I'm saying, okay, I have my website, and now I need to build. I'm starting to build a funnel or funnels, and I need to communicate to those funnels, to those people in my database. Give me the rundown for email campaigns in general. Like, what does that actual funnel and communication look like?
For this specific campaign, well, you would first need some sort of a landing page where you are going to talk about this giveaway and tell them what you're giving away and capture their email in exchange for an entry, right? Then you want to gamify it as much as possible to make it fun for people to participate and share, so you can get that viral aspect of it. Because your goal is not only to get people in, it's to get them to refer other people to your list, and this is where it gets extra fun, because you get to expand your circle beyond just the people you're targeting through your ads. And then you need a landing page, a tool you're using, gamify it, and then in the back end, you need a robust email system of nurturing that leads into sales. So those would be kind of like an overview of how this whole campaign looks like.
And, like, if you didn't have a list, would you recommend doing this? Like, is this for someone that already has a list or doesn't have a list?
Oh, this is for anyone. Like, I hear that a lot, and people will say, well, I don't have anyone on my list. How is this going to work? There's no better way for you to grow your list quickly as long as you do it well. Like you mentioned, a lot of people is skeptic and just doesn't think this is going to work, or they try doing this, but they acquired not the best quality of leads who didn't really purchase. And the problem is the setup. Like, did you do it the right way? Did you offer the right price to the right people? Did you do right audiences when you were targeting, when you were doing your ads? But when you do it right, I would say that even if you're just starting, this is an excellent way to grow your list exponentially.
Yeah, I think that this is one of the largest, really one of the largest components of it is the offer, and I know we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But if with a bad offer, you're going to get bad leads. With a good offer, you're going to get good leads. And if you have a good process to this, you're going to be able to run profitable giveaways, and your list will grow. I mean, it's unbelievable, some of the list growth that we've seen. I mean, we've had over, we have a program that we actually teach people how to do a lot of this, and we've had over 500 brands go through it. And I don't even know how many total leads have been generated, but, like, what are some of the results that you've seen? I know people post in our group, and we've run so many campaigns at this point, but, like, what kind of results can you expect from giveaway campaigns?
As long as you do it well and structure your offer good. And what we mean by good offer is not, giving someone a trip to Hawaii. Like, if you're a travel agency, sure, but it is, if you structure someone, if you build something that's really related to what you're doing, and you do this the right way, you can go pretty far. Like, we've seen clients who had almost nobody on their list grow 4,000 or 5,000 in just a matter of 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I actually wanted it's funny, the other day, we have people that go through our giveaway boot camp all the time, and I just received an email. You don't know about this, but I received an email from someone 2 days ago, and they were 10 days into their giveaway campaign, and their goal was 300 email subscribers per day. And actually, that is the title of this podcast, because on average, we see brands grow their email list by 331 email subscribers per day. And that was based on a case study that we had done. I'm sure if we updated it now, those numbers would be different and probably even higher because our processes and our teaching and how we go about it has just improved dramatically. But I received an email a couple days ago from somebody that actually did this, and they were at almost 7,000 emails. It was like 6,700 emails, and they were 10 days into their 2-week giveaway. So they were averaging over 600 emails a day with their giveaway. I mean, it's super powerful.
It's incredible.
It is.
It's incredible what you can do as long as you do it right. And I think we need to explain what doing it right means, so we can overcome all of those negative thoughts around it. Like, oh, I'm just getting people who want, freebies or junk subscribers. Well, you need to think about your offer first, and it works whatever industry you're in. Like if you're an apparel company, if you're a houseware, and if you're something that has millions and millions of people into their audience, this works, as well as if you're in something very niche. We've seen it happen, and we've seen results, and we've seen it do very well. So I think the most important part is deciding what your offer is and how are you going to target people. Because everybody wants an iPad. Everybody wants cash. Everybody wants, very general rewards. That's going to bring you very, very general leads. So structuring it properly in terms of how do you craft a good price for your audience is the number one step to success. And I honestly think key to success. Like with proper ad targeting, if you have a good offer, it's a bulletproof way of generating really good leads.
And we actually, offers are probably one of the most overlooked parts, in my opinion, of all funnels. I think that if you don't know Maja and I'm a paid traffic junkie. Like I love paid acquisition. It's like my area, and Maja is huge into a lot of communication, email and SMS and all of those different things for a lot of our clients. And one thing that we talk about all the time is the fact that you have to have a good offer. It's not just selling a product. Like you have to have an enticing offer, not even on holidays. Like holidays are one thing, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, all those key moments are important, but you also have to have offers throughout the year for your paid funnels and even your lead gen funnels. And the quality of traffic you're going to drive and the results you're going to drive are often tied to what those offers are. And so it is so important that the offer that you actually have for your giveaway is pinpoint. It's not broad. And so I guess what Maja, you're saying is don't give away $10,000 cash.
Well, if you do ping me. I want it. But like offer number one, targeting, they're shoulder to shoulder. And then the big thing people miss is wanting everything immediately. Even if you have a great offer and great audience, but you're trying to sell to your list, to your new list, immediately you're going to fail. Because you need to warm them up to your brain. You need to explain what is it makes you different. Why are you making their life easier? Why should they buy? And you need to have in mind the 13 touch point rule. So on average, someone needs to see you or get in touch with your brand through various channels around 13 times before they become a customer. So if you think about the funnel, they see an ad, that's one. They click on a landing page, give you their email, you maybe send them one email, two. So that's 3 or 4 touch points. If you immediately launch sale at them, they're just going to hit unsubscribe and leave because they did not have enough time to fall in love with your brand.
Yeah, no, that's good. Well, awesome. So this is fantastic. And now what I want to do is I do want to talk about what offer we should create and how maybe we can create those offers within a giveaway campaign. But before we do, what I want to do is I want to extend an invitation to anybody that is listening to this right now. If you're a business owner and you own an e-commerce store, then we want to invite you to join our Ecommerce Alley Facebook group. So just like you're watching or listening to this podcast right now, we have an incredible community inside our Facebook group. And in the Facebook group, you'll get access to weekly live training, you'll get access to marketing strategies, exclusive tools, templates, resources, and accountability to really grow your e-commerce store. So if that sounds like something that you would benefit from, which everybody will benefit from, simply go to alleypodcast.com/group to join thousands of like-minded e-commerce owners who are scaling their revenue and ultimately building businesses that create impact. So let's say I'm just getting started, Maja. I'm just getting started and I have an email list of 0. So email list of 0, I just started my store yesterday. What should I give away, or how do I create a giveaway offer?
Obviously, the answer everybody hates is it depends. But let's make this really simple by having you own a coffee shop, right? You sell fresh roasted coffee to order. So how
I
do
like
you do
this.
Where
I
do you
like this
start?
option. Yeah, I like this whole coffee analogy. I think that's a good one.
We can do that, right? So what you could do is you could go, I'm giving an iPad to everybody and who subscribes to my list, blah, blah, blah. What's going to happen, you're going to get hundreds and thousands of people who want iPad and have nothing to do with coffee, right? So not a good approach. That's what gets you like into massive numbers of subscribers, 0 quality leads. What you actually need to do is think about what offer resonates with your buyer persona. So we need to go a few steps back and think about who is your ideal buyer. If you have the company, you're roasting coffee, you're probably talking about someone who's a coffee expert like you or me, people who actually like drinking it, but not only like, stopping at McDonald's getting a cup. Like people who love it to a point that you have your own setup at home, you understand what to do with it. So a good offer for you could be like a Chemex pack, plus maybe some like artisan coffee, like 12-month bundle or a year of coffee. But what you're doing with this is you're targeting really specific people. Someone who's not a coffee fan will not really know what to do with Chemex. That's not interesting to them, right?
It looks like a science lab. I think that's what most people think when they come to our office.
So you have that little scale, there's a coffee grinder, there's that little whole Chemex dish, like it's a whole thing. And only if you're really into coffee, you're gonna be wowed by this and you're gonna want to enter the giveaway. So that is how you would like structure it in a way that it really speaks to those who you wanna attract. And then Josh, you can target them with ads, right? You're gonna find people who are really into artisan roasted coffee rather than just, liking coffee in general.
Yeah, I think that's really key. I think that going broad is the worst thing that you can do because you're going to have high volume, but you're not going to have quality volume, and you're not going to have quality leads that come in. And I love the Chemex analogy. That's great. If anyone has ever visits Flight Media offices or our office here in general, you're going to see all kinds of pour over gear. We have espresso machines, we have grinders, we have scales, it literally looks like we're dealing drugs or something like that. Like if you didn't know that we were into coffee, you would see that. But that's the thing, like people that are going to probably buy your $15 to $20 per pound artisan roasted small batch coffee are people that really care about their coffee. They're not people that are buying creamers and buying Folgers and buying Maxwell House and buying cheaper coffee brands that are mass produced and sitting on the shelf at Walmart. They're gonna spend more money, but those people really want to maximize the flavor and experience. So that, and this is me, by the way, so that that's what I think. And so I would want the whole setup, and
Exactly.
And to me, that's enticing. If I ever saw a giveaway for like a pour over setup, just because I know that's probably a $250, $300 setup, that would entice me for sure.
Yeah, there you go. And that's how you get like your winning offer. So that's your number one key step to, making sure that you attract really people who down the line, after you nurture them, will purchase from you.
So what are so I have the offer. I love the coffee. So I'm selling artisan roasted coffee, and we're going to call it Coffee's Coffee. Coffee's Coffee.
Coffee's Coffee.
And so Coffee's Coffee is building a giveaway, and I'm going to do an entire pour over set, and it is going to have the scale. It's going to have the scale, the filters, the dripper, it's going to have everything, and then maybe a year of coffee. So all in, let's say the value of it is like $500. Let's just say that.
Great, you're at the grade level, so that's where you're starting. You need to define your giveaway very well. What is it you're giving away? To whom? What's the value of your prize? And that range between $400 to $500 is a great starting point. If you can go bigger, awesome. But that is what we're seeing perform very well. So if you can stay there, then you want to think, when am I going to be running this? Who am I going to be running this to? Are there any limitations? Maybe you're only focusing on certain states. Just define it very well, because figuring this out early on makes it much easier to build everything down the line and not have to go back and change and repeat, because that can take forever.
So what do you so you mentioned dollar amount. So do you see a correlation, and you know this better than I, do you see a correlation between smaller, let's say I had a $100 value, and then then there's another brand that did $1,000+, let's just say $1,000+ value, MSRP value, or whatever it is. Let's say I had $1,000 giveaway and a $100 giveaway. Do you see a correlation in results based on the value of the giveaway?
Surprisingly, not 100% direct. So what I'm seeing more is how specific and related to your buyer persona this is. Because the higher you go in value, the higher the chances that anyone will want them. So you really want to make it as tailored and specific to your audience. If you can achieve that and a high value, that's awesome. That's great. But I have seen giveaways that are around $250 to a very tight niche work very well, because they really want this and they appreciate it and they like this company or the brand or the product or the idea enough to just enter and share, make it viral.
Then I love that. And so I have mine's a $250 gift, or no, $500. That was my value. So I have a $500 value. What are the components? What is that checklist of items that I know what my offer is? My giveaway offer is going to be this $500 value of artisan roasted coffee, the Coffee's Coffee Connoisseur giveaway. We'll call that. And so that's my giveaway. What are the components? What are the things that I have to do in order to actually make this live and make this happen?
So the next thing is you figure this all out, and that's awesome. Then you decide what tool or software or an app you're going to be using for this, because this is going to dictate a little how your funnel is going to look like. Depending on what app you choose, you might need a landing page where you're going to host this, or it just might be a widget on your website, like a pop-up, or there's a small landing page on your website integrated with this widget. So next step, choose the tool. We recommend using tools like Viral, Gleam. I've heard for a few more, but we tested these and I know they work very well. And then after you decide what tool you're using, you want to think about strategy, how you want to gamify this. So aside from asking people to join your list as a way to enter the giveaway, you really want to encourage sharing. So you want to give them extra credits, extra entries for sharing. And then following you on social media or checking out your social media pages. And then try to ask them questions. Make this really fun. Ask them about what's your favorite type of coffee, what's your favorite roast, whatever the coffee world is asking, because this will let you segment your list down the line. If you got 500 people or 5,000 people, now you have a portion of them who love light roast, dark roast, whatever the segmentation is. But it will give you more info. And then there's really cool way to gamify it if you want to do secret codes or watch our video to hear a secret phrase. You can go really creative, but the better the gamification, we see higher engagement, so highly recommended. From that point, then it's time to build all of this out. If you have a widget or a tool that requires a landing page, you need to make sure everything looks pretty there. And then possibly you might need a thank you page or a confirmation page following that, again, depending on the tool you use. And then you need to build a really comprehensive promotion plan and a nurturing plan. So for the promo side of the things, there's two routes. You're going to do, if you have an email list, which in your example you don't, but if you have an email list, you want to promote this to your list to give it that first push, first people sharing, getting excited, hopefully first viral part of it. And then you want to have a really good ad strategy in place where you're going to be targeting specific people who like, in your case, artisan coffee, so you can get some good leads.
Yeah, I think that most people don't realize how easy it actually is. And the thing is, like, once you build your first giveaway, like once you've done this once, like the second one, what would you say? It takes like half the time or like 40% less at least?
Oh God, yeah, like 50% less, because you can replicate a lot. You can reuse a lot. Like, don't reinvent the wheel every time. But after you're done with the promotional part and stuff, it's really important to go back to this whole nurturing segment of it, because we really need to make sure that your leads have at least those 13 touch points and get warmed up to your brand, and you get the chance to explain to them why is it that your coffee is worth all that money. How are you going to make my morning cup of coffee 10x better than what I'm having right now? So if you really want to do this right, I actually recommend segmenting your nurturing into few like sub segments almost. Like you could do a push automation that I like to call, and that you're basically telling people you're in, make sure you share this. Remind them to keep sharing this so you really get them to spread the word for you. Then you want to have the more traditional nurturing sequence and just explaining what's different, why buy, how are you different than everybody else. You can go super creative here, compare us versus them. You can get funny if that's your brand, like whatever makes you memorable and stand out. And then you want to think about additional step that a lot of people skip, and that is the winner announcement. If you think about the whole campaign, there's a lot of like momentum building and people are excited, especially if you do your targeting right and you're getting like really coffee fans in. You really don't want to miss a chance of telling them, hey, tomorrow we're announcing the winner. This is your last chance to increase your entries. We see a lot of action happening on the last day. And then on the day of, when you announce the winner, it is a great opportunity for you to try a soft sell, and a really soft one. To everybody else, you want to say, everybody's winner in our book, right? Here's a code for XYZ off, or your first bag free, or 50% off, whatever your deal is. Give them something as a thank you for participating, and make it only 24 hours. Make the code valid only for 24 hours. That way you can try to push your list just a smidge and see how that all works. And if you get some early sales right in, after that point, we continue nurturing. And that nurturing cycle, by the way, should be around 28 days. Like, we've done it shorter. We've tried 2 weeks. Honestly, it's not enough. People just don't learn enough about your brand to actually trust you, pull out their credit card and buy. So when we moved to 28-day nurturing cycle, we started seeing some incredible results with our clients.
Yeah, no, so kind of just following track, Kara. So we are driving traffic in some way to a tool which you recommend, right. UpViral or Gleam. UpViral, we use UpViral more than Gleam though, right?
We do, yeah.
So yeah, UpViral is a wonderful tool. Go to alleypodcast.com and we'll just link that. So alleypodcast.com/UpViral, and that'll just direct you to like a free trial or something. So we're going to drive traffic to an UpViral landing page. Now UpViral, do they build landing pages, or do you have to embed it on your website?
They have landing pages and they have beautiful templates you can reuse really quickly. So whatever the type of your vibe is or brand, you can find something there. So highly recommended.
So we drive traffic to an UpViral, beautiful templated landing page, and we convert that traffic into giveaway leads, which they give us their email and name. It's typically just email. Is that what we usually use?
Yeah, I would recommend. So I see people ask a lot, like first name, last name. Sometimes I even see a phone number, and that's going to really drop your conversions. Because if you think about it, in all our e-commerce emails, you're highly ever going to use the first name personalization token in your email. So just skip that.
Yeah, and you can ask for their email or their phone number on the back end. If you want to give people extra credit for subscribing via SMS, you could say, "Hey, this is worth 50 additional entries."
Exactly, that's
subscribing via SMS. So they come in, they opt in, and then on the back end, they have the ability to earn more entries by engaging with us on social media platforms, referring us to friends, which I know we typically will give a high point value to that because we want the viral component of sharing with other people, so we have organic growth. Maybe you ask for the SMS, they can subscribe via SMS, and that gives more. So we're going to have those components to keep them engaged, and then they enter into an email series, and then once they're in our email tool, we're going to nurture them. We announce the winner and maybe we do a soft sell so that we have opportunity to generate sales, and then later down the line, we end up doing an actual sale after about 28 days of at least nurturing them through that next month.
Exactly. So after those 28 days, then you can do, like you said, an actual sale. And you can do a flash sale only to this list. So it's not really visible to everybody else, but you only run into them. It's exclusive to giveaway participants, and you can make it as big as your margins will allow you because this is your chance to convert them into customers. And I always say, even if you break even at this first conversion, if there's a way for you to increase their AOV or their lifetime value, like do it, because that way you earn their trust. You got it. They're in your ecosystem. Now they're a customer, and now it's up to you to keep them as a customer and grow them as a customer in a lifetime value. So after those 28 days, launch a flash sale and see what you can do to keep them on.
So really, once you have this set up and you've run this the first time, you've set this up and you've run this, and you have all those nurturing emails. So people come in, they opt in, they're part of that giveaway, and then they have this nurturing sequence. You can just basically repeat this sequence or repeat this process and do a different giveaway, but they still follow the same process because those emails are created, right?
Absolutely. You could even do the same giveaway. Like if you come up with a prize that works, there's the same giveaway that you can actually launch to different audiences with obviously promoting it to your list. You would not do that. You skip that part. And then you do straight cold traffic ads, keep driving people to your website, keep having them opt in. Like that is something that can be almost like a evergreen funnel.
And I think the biggest thing is that this is not an instant gratification, like driving for purchases and having instant sales right away. This is a longer term approach, but it's incredibly effective because if your email list is 10, 20, 50, or 100,000 people and you're hitting Black Friday, Cyber Monday, your Black Friday, Cyber Monday from all the effort throughout the year is going to be a big, big impact on your revenue. And so I think this is wonderful. And I think one thing to encourage people is, one thing we always say here at Flight Media and in our office is that the first is the worst. The first giveaway you do is going to be the worst giveaway that you do because you don't know what works. You don't know if the offer does really well. But if it does, you can start to replicate that. Like Maja said, you could do the same one and you could have an ongoing giveaway as part of your overall marketing strategy that's going to fuel people into your database, and you're going to constantly be able to nurture them and sell to them on autopilot. So if you're listening to this right now and maybe you're inspired and you're hearing this and you're like, oh my goodness, I need to grow my email list. I'm at 0 or I'm at 200,000. It doesn't matter where your email list is at, but I want to grow my list and I want to do a giveaway. If you want to see how we do this, you want to see the exact strategies, you want to see the exact emails, copy and paste the emails and the flows that we do, then go to alleypodcast.com/giveaway. And on that page, you're going to be able to see exactly what we go through in order to craft golden giveaway offers, how to maximize our nurturing emails and our sales emails so we can have the revenue, because that is important, then also how to really promote these and scale these up from a paid ad and a free marketing standpoint. So go to alleypodcast.com/giveaway if you want to see how we do this, and hundreds and maybe even thousands by the time you hear this have done it as well. All right, so to close up, I do want to talk about one final thing. And I want to talk about really getting people to our giveaway. So we talked about crafting the offer, how we need to build it out, and what that funnel really looks like, Maja. But the next question is, well, how do we fill the giveaway? Like, how do we get people to this giveaway? Because some people are starting from zero, and maybe they don't have a big social media audience. Maybe you have some social media. So let's kind of give a brief overview of how we will usually fill giveaway campaigns.
If you're starting from zero with an email, then your number one most important thing will be an ad campaign, Facebook ad campaign, where you're driving people to your giveaway page and having them opt in exchange for your email address.
And if I have an audience, so that's one example. So then if you have an audience, like what are other ways that you recommend to get people in it?
I believe we touched on this a little earlier, but if you have an audience, use it. That should be your starting point. Send a promo campaign announcing this 1 to 3 emails to your list, get them excited, have them join, and then really reward them for sharing. In that gamification section of the giveaway itself, you really want to encourage sharing. So if all your actions are giving them additional 3 to 5 entries, then sharing should give them 50. Really push them to do this, because they are going to give you that initial push and that momentum you need to really get going. And then if you do have following, if you have a big website, if you have a lot of traffic, make sure you use your website as well. Put a pop-up on your website, add it wherever possible, use your social media, post about it, talk about it, create a buzz, just so people know it's happening. But do it only first time. If you're going to do this as an evergreen thing, don't blast it again on your social, on your website. People are going to get tired of it. Just save it for the cold traffic.
So the first time we do a campaign, we're hitting our own database. We're hitting our own social media. We're hitting our email list. We're throwing pop-ups on our website. We're going all in on our first giveaway, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so we go all in. We get our momentum. But then if we wanted to incorporate giveaways into our overall ongoing marketing strategy, then at that point you're saying don't do all of those things. Shift more to a paid traffic approach.
Exactly. Go paid traffic approach, because thinking from a user perspective, and to succeed, you always need to be thinking from your buyer's perspective. They're going to get tired. There's going to be that feeling of, oh, there's always something. There's always a giveaway. I might as well not buy, because next month they're going to be giving away something else. That's why we recommend doing it once, all in. Take everything you have, put it all on the table, get them all in, and then after that point, when you start doing this second, third, 10th time, then rely on paid traffic to generate entrance.
I love it. And I will just say, even if you don't run a ton of Facebook ads, Facebook ads is personally what we have seen work the best for this. But even if you aren't running ads, this is a way for you to get your feet wet in the advertising game at a really low barrier to entry. Driving traffic to giveaways is very lucrative. And we see giveaways getting leads for 20 cents, 50 cents, less than $1. Depending on when you're saying this, I don't know, maybe Facebook CPMs and costs are a lot higher than they are now. But we see them across the board. It depends on what the giveaway is, but usually sub $1 for a lead. And we just ran a campaign. I'll give some tangible numbers here to kind of close out. We just ran a campaign, and one of the campaigns for one of our clients, the goal was to get 2,000 people to their email list. They were a little bit lower on their email list, and they were just getting started, so we wanted to get 2,000. Well, we ended it, I think, 4,500 leads from Facebook. We had a $1,000 budget, and our goal was to get leads for 50 cents. Well, we ended up getting leads for, it was like 21 cents or something like that. But then we had the multiplier effect, where people were sharing it and getting their friends and their family to also opt in that were relevant to that giveaway. And so Facebook ads is very, very lucrative. In that campaign, even from the sales emails haven't even gone out. The nurturing sequence isn't even halfway, barely. It hasn't even started, I don't think. I think the giveaway just ended. And it already has, I forget how many in sales. We put 1,000 in ad spend into this small campaign to test it. And it has...
the sales are already over that.
The sales are significantly, 3-4x that, I believe. Mm-hmm. I think, 3,000 to 4,000 in sales just on that $1,000 trial test. And we haven't even done the nurturing and the sales and everything. That's still to come. And so if you can really hone this in, you really figure it out, paid traffic is a wonderful way that you can consistently grow your email list. If you have a giveaway that works, you do it with your list the first time, and then after that, you then continue to scale and continue driving paid traffic. And that will become a new source of ongoing lead gen and back-end nurturing sales. I love it. Cool. Well, Maja, thanks for hanging out. We appreciate you. We love you. You're amazing. To recap here, I did have just some notes here to kind of recap what we've talked about. So a giveaway can serve as an amazing funnel and communication strategy for your business. And we talked about what makes a good offer and what makes a bad offer. We don't want to give away cash or a trip to Tahiti. I don't know. Someone should give that away and then just let us help you run it, and we'll magically choose someone on our team. Yeah. We'll magically choose someone on our team as the winner. We talked about what makes a good offer and how to build that out. And then we talked a little bit about how to start filling that. With the first giveaway, you want to leverage the current existing traffic and list that you have. And then after you've done that one, and use paid traffic on that, but then after you've done that one, move to the point where you're doing a giveaway, testing new offers, seeing what works best, and then shift over to a paid traffic strategy to constantly grow your list. Well, Maja, thank you for joining us today on the podcast. You guys are going to see a lot more of Maja. She'll be over here sooner than later, and she's here throughout the year, so you'll see her in studio with me. This happens to be over webcam. Unfortunately, not as fun, but thank you, Maja, for joining us. You guys have been listening to the E-Commerce Alley podcast with Maja Neidert. You can find the show notes for this episode, as well as additional resources and things that we've talked about today, by going to alleypodcast.com. And on behalf of the entire team and Dylan behind the scenes here making all this magic happen, we want to thank you for being our listener and for hanging out with us and for making the world a better place with your products. We'll see you soon.